In this video, I'm speaking at high school grads. There are 6 money tips that I have for you grads that will undoubtedly set you up with a good foundation for your future. And we're getting into that right now. Hello there, I'm Caleb. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to improve your finances, master your budget, and save for the future, start now by hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. When I graduated high school, it felt like life took it up a difficulty level without providing any cheat codes. So let's get into this list. My financial cheat codes for you. Number 1, set up a budget. All right, listen up, grad. I get it. This topic of budgeting and tracking your money is very boring, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the boring Excel document that your parents used for budgeting when you were growing up. Ugh, graphs and tables, am I right? Sorry, parents. The fact is, many grads get in trouble with their money because in many cases, they haven't been taught how to handle it properly. But whether you like it or not, math is here to stay. If you're on the wrong side of math, it may mean living paycheck to paycheck with debt. But you can get on the right side of math, and the budget is where you start. Budgeting has changed a lot since you were a kid. There are apps galore that will help you track your spending and make it easy while you're at it. I personally recommend Everydollar because it's easy to use, easy to set up, and it's free. But there are other apps like YNAB and Mint that can do many of the same things. You may think it's not worth it right now with the few expenses that you have, but according to a survey conducted by College Finance, the average college grad who budgets during college actually graduates with about $7,000 less in debt than those who did not. If you start now, it'll only help you control the money and expenses that you do have. And it'll also build a habit in you that may literally pay dividends in the future. Number 2, be wary of free stuff. What a ridiculous thing to say. We students live for free stuff. I say we because I am a student of life. Students get duped into a lot of free stuff. Now specifically, I'm talking about credit cards. I mean, seriously, if you go to Amazon's website right now, it'll tell you that you can get a $100 gift card instantly upon approval for their credit card. Plus, they'll give you 5% back on Amazon purchases made with the card. What college student doesn't use Amazon for 90% of their purchases? That's a lot of perceived value, but look at this. According to Everfi, about 36% of college students have over $1,000 in credit card debt. That's over $1,000 of what is essentially a high interest loan. It doesn't take long for that $100 approval bonus and 5% back to be absorbed in the interest paid to the credit card company. So benefits might be nice, but it doesn't take long for free stuff to become a major expense. Which brings us to our third point. Number 3, avoid debt. If you avoid debt, you'll set yourself up for years to come. It's that simple. According to a survey conducted by US News and World Report, the average college student who took out loans in 2019 took out about $30,000 of student loans. If you can avoid credit card debt, auto loans, and student loans, you're gonna be way ahead of everyone else your age. Which brings me to my fourth point. Apply to scholarships like it's your job. That is if you're going to college. I'm a big fan of the trades as seen in many of my YouTube videos, but education is expensive, so I'm talking about that in my financial tips for grads. Scholarships are something that I don't think I did enough of. I got about half of my education paid for with one scholarship, but I didn't apply myself to scholarship applications like I could have. I didn't spend the time every day searching for scholarships and writing papers. If I did, I'm pretty sure I could have gotten more of my education covered. So no joke, just treat applying for scholarships like it's a job. Maybe not full-time, but spend hours on it per day because you could get a killer hourly rate just by winning a couple scholarships. The more of those you can pick up, the more will be covered. There are billions of dollars worth of scholarships available. Go check out the links in the description down below for some good websites that you can find a lot of scholarships. But before we move on, we gotta thank our sponsor, my book. It's called Graduated and Clueless, and it's the manual that I wanted when I graduated. So I wrote it. Covers anything from finances to retirement, to time management, to relationships. I made it as entertaining as I could and easy to read. And it's a free Kindle download straight from Amazon, or you can get the paperback if you want. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Caleb Bale is an unknown author with almost no credentials. Yep, that's the truth. Time for number 5. Save your money, but have a little bit of fun. Save your money. Sure, there are gonna be experiences that you wanna have, but just don't go into debt for them. And if you save, you'll have more flexibility as you continue through your education and get closer to that post-college life. Worst case scenario, you pay for school with your savings. Best case is you get scholarships and then you use your savings for experiences or saving for a house or saving for retirement. Savings equals flexibility. Number 6, start thinking about retirement now. It's never too early to start thinking about retirement. At this point in your life, if you save $100 per month for 1 year, that $1,200 investment will turn into 20 or 30 grand by the time you retire in your late 60s. That's the power of compound interest. That means that every year you don't get started on saving for retirement is a year you miss out on compound interest and thousands of dollars more in retirement. My only caveat to this point is this. At your age, don't save for retirement and expense for taking out student loans for your education. If you have the money to pay for your education, that should come first. That's why I put savings before retirement in this list. If you save first, first but get scholarships, you can take that savings and invest it if you want. Just know that as soon as you get your education taken care of financially, then you can start investing. I didn't start investing until I was 22 years old, which is still plenty young and gives me plenty of time to save for retirement. But if I invested $100 per month from when I was 18, Bailey and I would likely have 100 grand more in retirement than what we will now. Focus on education, but plan for retirement. What prompted this video was actually a high school grad party that we went to this weekend for a couple young men from our church. These guys have some pretty solid plans, of which I absolutely approve. The first is headed to our local community college to begin his education for working in cybersecurity. Great field of study and great way to do it responsibly by knocking out those prerequisites at a lower cost. The second is heading to the United States Army. I believe these guys are set with a good foundation, but according to the National Center for Education Statistics, there are over 3 million other high school graduates this year. Chances are there are some other grads who are just like me, exiting high school missing some knowledge within the financial space. As a high school grad, I had no idea the kind of impact that $100 of savings per month would have on my retirement future. All this to say, if you know a high school grad who could benefit from these tips, send them this video. I'd love to help them learn. Until then, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell because it really helps my channel. And remember, money doesn't have to be confusing. You can control it. If you want to learn more about tips for career and education, check out this playlist right here. And if you want to learn how to figure out how much you need to save for retirement, check out this video down here.